What's up guys, this is Ali and welcome back to our Let's Play of Her Story. We are in the thick of things. Actually not, still quite a little bit to go. Let's figure out why Florence abducted Eve, or what Florence did with Eve when she was a baby or a kid.
Florence was a warm, kind person, but she was broken, I guess.
Florence
when I
maybe
found her
was
diary, I
a
also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it.
single midwife.
Old papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there. I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older.
Okay, so Florence died pretty
She had
early, I
large
think.
children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
Okay, so Florence has her own sad story, unfortunately.
It was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
Okay, Florence's own sad story. Child, will they get us any hits? So, a childhood friend.
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said. Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long though.
This
There's
is
a great photo
Eve.
of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
Interview on 1st July. But she's pretending to be Hannah here because she's claiming to be married to Simon. Marriage. And this should be
I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I
one
once
day
asked
before
Emma
it's
how often I should
Hannah.
dust, and she said, if people asked, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day. You know, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
Mother-in-law smokes. Okay, I guess not relevant.
So, our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of marriage. Simon was very moral about that sort of thing. He wouldn't just walk out there and sleep with anyone. He wasn't that kind of guy. He took his marriage very seriously.
Okay.
After the kiss, the next time, he took me back to the house, to our parents' house, to their house. So, it was definitely him. I sometimes think he wanted to get caught to prove to himself that we were different people. He told me about his marriage, told me how his wife was completely different to me. I almost burst out laughing.
Okay, so Hannah and Eve stayed together. After they were a child, she somehow got into the house, somehow got to the house and lived secretly in the attic after Florence, the midwife, died. And then they shared a double life, shared boyfriends, school. And one day, Simon came along and Hannah was the first one infatuated with him and made the first move instead. And when Hannah was the one who got pregnant first and they thought they had to move out. Parrots. House, home. I think we searched this already. Mushroom.
The whole thing was wrong. The bags, I think they were from our kitchen, you can probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape. I think it was ours.
She used to stay in the attic and the body was discovered in the cellar. Okay, let's check out cellar. 2 clips.
Well, fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people had been there through my things. It's like I'd been burgled. Only worse, obviously. I don't know. I haven't looked in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation. So,
Blood means some sort of stabbing wound.
it happened very quickly. We
Stabbing.
hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch, to make sure the alibi stuck.
Okay, so one of them did it. Watch. When
I
did
guess
it
you
happen?
could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us.
Very interesting. Okay, there was nothing about the watch. In the last video, this one, she mentioned something about a broken mirror and broken glass. So glass, two of them, and mirror. So let's listen to these first.
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror.
Still talking
Nice
about mirror.
mirror.
Okay.
He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
Okay, so it's a unique gift. And the gift is the thing that made them
Look, on his clothes, that would
angry.
make sense. He made it by hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. It's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror and he gave it to me.
Okay, so glass, mirror, two more clips.
The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. Haven't looked at it since.
But in 27 and 30th June is when she looked at it as evidence.
Silverleaf? No. He normally soils them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Okay. One volume missing. Present. Right, nice.
It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present.
They're talking about argument. Okay, so the present is the mirror.
From when I woke up. Okay. I woke up. Simon was already up and he made me birthday breakfast of eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake, children sang me happy birthday, then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. It turned into a big argument. Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think. So I left.
That's weird. So at this point, you can clearly see her forearm. This is Hannah. Hannah says she didn't like the gift. Eve. Is this Eve? This is Eve, definitely. Let's check what the last clip is about.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Oh dear. Okay, so the death was an accident, I guess. So that bit was pretty clear. Wigs and disguises. If only you guys came clean at the start.
A wig? You mean... But what type of wig?
Wig, hair. So confusing.
I've never worn a wig.
Okay, that's a lie.
What kind of wig?
If she claims you wore a wig, then you wore a wig.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
So Eve, in order to make her own living, apart from Hannah, has to wear a blonde wig to obviously disguise the hair color, and go. And Simon discovered the blonde version of her. And one day, Simon declared love for Eve, the blonde version, because apparently, who doesn't love blondes? But that was Hannah in disguise. So things happened. What is this?
You want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay? Probably needs tuning. No. How about a traditional band? Should be right up your street.
Okay, this was in a meeting room, so still not under suspicion there, or just interviews? The last one was an interrogation room. Interview room.
Came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain. The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful way.
she singing about herself? Or the story about both of them?
Both had a love for the captain's son, or the wind and the rain, but he only cared for the youngest one, all the dreadful wind. Oh, the eldest envied her sister fair, oh, the wind and the rain, with a pretty little face and her long blonde hair, oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down, oh, the wind and the rain, watched her as she slowly drowned, oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Oh, she floated up and she floated down, oh, the wind and the rain, floated till a ship came by, oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Out comes the captain's son, oh, the wind and the rain, Father dear, here swims and swan, oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to stop.
Interesting song. Probably from a performance.
No, Simon didn't play guitar. He wasn't very musical. He liked to listen, but he was tone deaf.
Okay, that's about Simon. Irrelevant. I'm thinking the detectives when they're taking the
Yes.
interview.
Yeah, it's my guitar.
Sort of knew that there was a link between a secondary person, twin. Yeah, so identified that she had a twin of some sort.
Twins? Really? Are you really asking me that question?
Well, if they asked the question, they had some sort of suspicion about it. This 2nd July.
Are you out of your mind? Twins?
Well, it eventually came true.
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical.
Here is Eve
We
blatantly
were-
saying that they were twins.
We had
Okay.
a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
Okay, if this is one actress, she's playing two people, and that's awesome. And she has musical talent, which is quite nice. Not sure how the developers will use this system to make another game. It seems to be a one-off way. We kind of know the story already, but the database is very empty still. We seem to be missing a ton of stuff. So we'll get cracking on that in the next episode. If you have any suggestion on keywords that you'd like to see me try, feel free to leave a like down below. Leave a comment down below and a like on the video. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I do a daily gameplay video. And hopefully if it takes off, I'd like to do more. And yeah, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. And as usual, this is Ellie signing out.